Frank Miller, American Genius, is a documentary about Frank Miller. He is the wildly talented artist and writer behind literally a milestone in comics, The Dark Knight Returns, published in, I believe, 1986. I was there for that. I would go to my local comic book store. They came out like 3-4 months apart. It changed the industry. It made Batman a dark figure. There would be no Batman 1989 if not for this comic book. This paved the way and showed you how to portray Batman as a dark figure. Not only that, his runs with Daredevil, he created 300, the comic book. Frank Miller has been so influential. He raised the bar and made the graphic novel a thing that was reviewed in things like Time magazine. It became mainstream, right? And I have all my original. I bought them individually. The Dark Knight. I have the collected. If you have not read it, I read it once a year to renew my faith in comics, that this is what the medium is capable of. So I went to the premiere earlier this week. The film is directed by Selene Thomas, who interviewed everyone, just a lot of people like luminaries. Well, interviewed, Stan Lee before he's got, and Stan Lee talking about Frank Miller is in the film, so which is good. But other people as well. Bill Sienkiewicz, if you're not familiar with Bill Sienkiewicz, is in the film. A lot of other luminaries. There's a Q&A that preceded the movie. If you saw it in a theater, there was like one screening. Okay. I was lucky enough to go to the theater where Frank was interviewed by Rosario Dawson. If you're a member of the channel, you can watch the whole interview in our members only videos. But if you don't know who Frank Miller is, get educated, see this film. I'm sure it'll be coming out to VOD. If you're a fan, this will expand on your knowledge. He was a kid that was obsessed, who his mom just dropped him off in New York, lived in small apartments with roommates just to have a chance to, and he took a very cinematic approach to his art, using black and shadows so much. It goes through his whole process of, how he developed his artistic style and his writing style. And I love the doc. If you're a fan of Miller, you don't need to be sold on this. You probably already know a lot about what you'll see in the film, but I can't recommend it enough. And I just really liked it. I like docs about artists, and this was very good. So a lot of footage of Frank Miller working. Actually, he just takes the ink and he'll just flick it on a piece of paper. Fantastic. Find it, see it.
I can't wait to see this.
Yeah,
I tried to go Monday, but that was Return of the King for me and my daughter. So
yeah, they limited screenings, but I'm sure it will come out on Blu-ray and VOD. Just a fantastic doc, and I like docs about artists and sort of getting into their head. And they do actually. I will say this: there have been controversies related to Frank Miller, and they deal with it. His alcoholism, his foray into politics. They deal with it because he's been criticized for his politics.
Was it Alan Moore featured in that as well, or?
Alan Moore is not in this, but Banksy is. And they don't even say Banksy. I was like, who is that? Oh, it's Banksy. So if you know who Banksy is, whatever. Anyways, Neil Adams is in it. It's really good. Just if you're a comic nerd, I mean, if you're watching this channel, you probably are. See the doc however you can. So there you go.
Now my first exposure to Frank Miller was Daredevil versus Hulk. And then you move into the death of Elektra.
Well, Daredevil Born Again, epic. epic. I remember when I was there when he, all his comics came out. You'd go to a comic shop, people were going nuts. Lines. When is Dark Knight, book 3 coming out?
Yeah.
Like, it was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And then Sin City. The movie, at least, I didn't read the comic, but the movie was groundbreaking to me. Was next level. So yeah, I can't wait to see this documentary.